All right, everybody. The Garza show is back. Michael Garza 4-3 trifecta. Here we go. We're ready. Drinking a little bit of an energy drink. Gets me going in the morning. All right. Give me just a few more seconds, pulling up a couple pieces of information. Thank you guys for being patient with me here. Are you ready to party? Who here is ready to party? Give me one more second, though. Good morning, Miss Annie. We got Mark Salmon saying what I said yesterday. Clarity Act is going to pass. Banks deserve best buy-in. Crypto's about to explode. I still don't think crypto's about to go anywhere, man. I think crypto's going down. By the way, the stock market crashed today. That was hot. So I ended up, I keep a lot of cash on standby in the event of any sort of market crash. So I was able to really benefit today. Give me one more second, though. No, here's the thing. I think you're wrong. I think here's the problem with cryptocurrency, Mark. I love you, bro. But my problem with crypto is all cryptocurrency lacks intrinsic value. This is something the crypto bros just don't understand, is the lack of intrinsic value. No, I've been buying the stock market. I've been buying into stocks as the market crashes. Mainly because when the market goes down as rapidly as it went down today, I mean, there's a huge advantage there. There's a huge advantage. Also, the silver market crashed. The silver market crashed extremely hard, and that gave me kind of it got me kind of chubby. Admittedly. But yeah, man, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. I am pumped. Give me a few more moments. Small Wiener Gang. Hey, thank you, Michael Lamé. Thank you for subscribing, Brony. Mucho appreciato. Give me another moment. I realized I got to set up a gift goal. That's something I failed to do. My bad. Thank you guys for being so incredible, though. Thank you guys for being so patient while I set up the live stream. The live stream, I'm just slow as F. You're a pink brony, bro. Hey, if you guys can, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream. It really does help the channel grow. Once again, double tap that screen to like the stream. Let's go. One more moment, you guys. I got to type a message real quick here. All right, we're going to see what's going to happen here. Oh, yeah, so, I've been buying silver on the dip, dude. Whenever silver dips, I have a lot of cash reserves sitting on the side. So I start buying silver ETFs and silver gold and silver mining ETFs on the dip because, I mean, that volatility is beautiful, and I'm a volatility trader, ultimately. At the end of the day, I really am a volatility trader. And that's just pretty much how I operate, man. I don't want your number, no. I don't want to give you mine, and no. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that ain't getting no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side on the best friend of his best friend's ride. Trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that ain't getting no love from me. Hey, thank you guys for tapping the like button. Double tap your screen to like the stream. It really does help the channel grow in more ways than one. Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to watch a little bit of, well, let's take a listen.
A missing $200,000 Star Wars Lego collection has set off a crime mystery.
Now, did Reckless Ben come out with another video? That's the question. Oh, hold on. Asmon's got a reaction to this. Hold on.
Basically, this is a place in Utah, I think it's Salem, Utah, that has...
Now, I do want to say that we will react to the stock market. I'm going to give my commentary real quick on what Trump is doing. I still think Trump is on the right track. And the LA mayoral race, I just want to say, how does it take this long to count votes? And why does it take so long for those votes to get mailed? Like, it just doesn't add up, does it? Does it? I don't know. What do you guys think about the LA mayoral race? Double tap the screen if you're kind of sketched out right now about the LA mayoral race. Because I think Spencer Pratt is going to make the runoff. I really do. But something doesn't add up. Something doesn't feel like it's adding up. And I just want to say, allegedly, I think they should do an audit. Like a third-party audit.
had an ongoing dispute between an individual and a company called Bricks and Minifigs. Bricks and Minifigs has effectively, like, the individual sold a huge collection of Star Wars Legos to the previous owner of a store of Bricks and Minifigs.
Yes.
And the next owner will not honor the deal of basically selling those products and then giving the money to the original owner. So they basically...
That's a really good summary of it. Exactly.
Just took the stuff and then they didn't honor the original deal, even though they're keeping the guy's stuff. So in the process of that, obviously Reckless Ben got involved. A lot of other people.
And Reckless Ben's the man, by the way. Reckless Ben. Oh, what'd I do?
The owner, the new.
Someone actually hacked into the American Fork Police Department and released all the footage, unredacted, of my interactions with them.
I'm so glad that they were... Whoever, by the way, whoever was able to hack the American Fork Police Department and get all the unredacted audio and video, you're doing God's work. You're doing God's work, and thank you.
The original footage I got with the redactions in, and this is the new unredacted footage. I'm lining them up, and I'm going to keep only the redacted parts to see what they were actually saying.
I understand. This ends today. I know. We're talking to them. Okay.
Sadly, they weren't able to get the first 2 days where I was accused of having heroin on me. But the final 2 days, we were able to see a lot, actually. The footage starts with me going to Josh's house so I can serve him his legal court papers. Yep. Josh knows that if he goes to court with me, he's going to lose. So instead, a much easier option is he calls the police on me to prevent me from serving him.
His name is Ben Schneider. He's stalking my house. Will you come to my house, please, and come get them? I'm not going to have stalkers.
Are they there right now?
They're on the side of the house.
Kind of one of the dispatch.
Dude, this Josh guy is such a chud. He sucks so much. Terrible human being. Terrible human being. Just awful, man.
You just made a note here saying that you were gonna shoot someone.
I'm done with this, officer. Can you please help me and my family and make this stop?
Yeah, absolutely.
She had a consignment deal with a guy named Brian Mansell. A year and a half, almost 2 years.
Why would they remove this?
She had this
Yeah, I don't know why they would. This doesn't make any sense.
consignment deal with him, and she never paid him.
So right away, Josh is lying to the police, which we can easily verify with all of the metadata timestamped pictures that show that the Lego sets were in the store when Josh took it over.
He's hired this YouTuber. His name is Ben Schneider.
He hired
Reckless
him.
Ben. They sent people in saying they're going to murder our manager. I'm done.
That's so stupid. Lying. Dude, he's basically lying to the police, and that's the thing. That's illegal. Mark Salmon says you don't lie. Dude, Mark Salmon's, what's wrong, man? I love you, bro, but what's going on, bro? Mark Salmons, what's going on? Are you okay? Or are you doing okay? Are you just mad that I don't like crypto? Are you mad that I love Trump? I love you, bro. You're a sweetheart, brother. I love you, Mark Salmons, but what's up? What's going on, bro? What's going on?
What do you guys
No,
do?
they didn't. What are you talking about?
So we are in a court case with them, and we have to serve them legal papers.
She is a process server, and she's trying.
Oh, and one more time, double tap the screen to like the stream. It really does help. If you guys think that Reckless Ben is the man, double tap your screen. If you think Spencer Pratt deserves to go to the runoff in the LA mayoral race, double tap your screen. If you guys are tired of the left overall, if you guys are tired of degenerate leftist behavior, double tap your screen. Let's go.
To serve you papers.
She's not a process server.
Okay.
Get the papers. They're fake. Go get the papers.
Okay. You're okay if I bring those over to you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
They're fake.
I love how he keeps saying they're fake. How do you know? How do you know they're fake?
You have to see those papers? Yeah. So this is what you're trying to serve them with?
Yes. I wish we could just send them an email. I wish we could just send them a phone call. Or the court could just send it to them, but this is what we're required to do from the United States court. So we're just following the instructions of the government. He thinks if I just call the cops on me, he can get away with it, but we're showing him, like, we're not we don't have to get away with this crime, so.
Okay.
Are you okay if I give these papers to him?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Hang tight. Are you okay if she just gives you the papers so we can just get
Have
her?
you looked at the papers? I've talked to the Kaiser Police Department. There's nothing filed. So no, I'm not accepting service from
The police department doesn't. They don't. But I thought they just called to verify that it was real. But in the video, it was called to verify that.
Absolutely not. It's fake.
Okay.
It's not real.
That's completely fine. You have that right.
Yeah.
Literally, all this police officer has to do is be like, "You are served," and then he doesn't even have to accept them. He can literally just drop them. But as long as you say "you are served," that counts as illegal serving. So why doesn't this cop just do that? Like this whole thing could be solved.
Oh yeah, it could have been totally solved just by handing in the papers. Served, done, over with. Nada. Serve the papers, dude.
In literally 3 seconds. Like here, I'll time it. You've been served.
It's not even that. I actually think that the process has already been done. He knows they're trying to serve him paperwork, and
Reckless Ben has made a real effort in this in issuing that paperwork. Reckless Ben has made a real concerted effort. So like ET, what's going on, bro? Love you, man. But yeah, Reckless Ben has done everything he needs to do.
Him not refusing the paperwork, that is like by him not taking it is acknowledging it. And he did acknowledge it.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, honestly, the moment that you acknowledge that those papers are there, even if he keeps saying they're fake, he's acknowledging these papers exist, even if he's saying they're fake.
So if you've acknowledged it, it's on video of you acknowledging it, it's over. It's over. Like, I mean, this entire conversation is done.
Exactly.
Yeah, like literally 1.5 seconds, and this could be solved. This could literally be solved in 1.5 seconds. And this police officer is just purposely choosing to make this way more complicated than it has to be.
Yeah.
Hold on.
This guy needs to be fired. I mean, all these police officers involved in this at the American Fork Police Department just should get fired, dude.
All right. What are you wanting done today? Besides, obviously, talk to...
As much as you humanly possibly can.
I can screen charges. I'm open to screening charges through our attorney.
Yeah. Instead of serving these court papers, like the police officer promised me he would, this officer would rather screen all possible charges for me to see what random stuff they can make up about me.
That's so crazy, dude. This is unethical. This police department needs to fire these cops. They need to fire these corrupt Mormon cops, dude. Approved username, ET says another stream, another dollar. Absolutely, or dollars, yeah. I love you, ET. You're the man, brony. Mark Salmon says, I know you are in Oregon, but Ohio walk-up interviews, it's so far away. Imagine me running into Michael in Ohio after this. CS is saying, about sick of this Lego crap, who cares? Dude, this Lego story is crazy, man. This Lego story is wild, dude. I think it's the story of the year, man.
What the fuck?
And look, I support police, but not corrupt police. Dudes like this who are corrupt as fuck, I don't support these dudes.
What the fuck is this? This is insane. Brainstorming charges? They can... Oh my god.
No, it's all right. It's all right, CS, man. And we're not going to spend the whole stream. We're not going to spend the whole stream reacting to it. Don't worry, but we're going to be reacting to other stuff. But I do like to see Asmund Gould's reaction. Because Asmund Gould's reaction's always like top tier, top G. Let's take a look.
Talk with him, give him his paper back, since you do not want this.
Can I just peek at it?
What was that?
Can I peek at it?
It kind of...
Can you, the moment he actually, if he was to peek at it, that would be a form of serving, because he actually was able to see what was on the document. Why is this guy trying to give the papers back to Reckless Ben? Why doesn't he just hand the this is so stupid, dude. American Fork Police Department is corrupt.
Kind of puts me in a little bit
All
of a
right, never
bind.
mind. It's fake. There's no lawsuit in this.
Okay.
I mean, this is utterly mental. I know. I get it. I get it, Asmund. It's mental.
What the fuck?
I don't know, dude. Even I'm confused.
What the dude?
So anyway, I'm gonna give this back to
That's a bit of a distraction, sure. It's interesting, though.
him. And trespasser.
Because here's the thing, like think about this logically. Do you think a process server would show up with a guy that's been harassing a YouTuber to serve papers in Utah?
You do realize that's possible, right?
Josh knows that if he gets served these papers, it's going to be really bad for him. And at this point, it seems like he's willing to make up any story he can to get us arrested before he gets served these papers.
They sent a
I am very happy, though, to hear that Josh got fired. And whoever else got fired. The CEO of Bricks and Minifigs has got to step down.
lady in, and the lady's like, "Oh, I'm going to murder you," to Amanda, the manager.
And now, Josh has just committed a
That's so crazy because he's lying to the police about that, too.
felony. Lying to the police officers about
What
a false
the
threat
fuck?
I made to get me arrested.
What is he talking about?
Super duper illegal.
He called the store
So it's gonna murder the manager? What the? That's insane.
a billion times, threatened the employees.
Hey, double tap your screen, man. If you guys can, double tap the screen right now to help the stream. Like I said, double tap your screen right now to help the stream. It really helps.
He does not want the paper. So
He's not want the papers?
here's that back for you.
Okay.
Not sure what this is. I've never seen something like that.
Uh-huh.
To be honest with you.
Well, these are court papers.
Okay.
I mean, he asked him. The thing is that, like, I mean, this cop, like, I don't know what he was doing. So they muted this part out so they could avoid liability of potentially serving the papers to this guy. And then basically operate in a gray area where they tell him that they served the papers. But then if there was ever a conversation about it, you would pretend like it wasn't. Like, this is crazy.
So Mark Sammons is saying no way Michael would come to the state of Ohio or live there for 2 years. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Local parafet says double see you later. This is great though, man. I love reacting to these videos though. This is great, man. Like I said, double tap your screen to like the stream, you guys. Let's go.
This cop is so bad. Yeah.
Okay, see ya.
Like,
Oh,
in
that cop especially deserves to get fired.
my opinion, I think you should put a cop like this in jail. Like,
Yeah, because that cop was clearly not trying to. The dude was not. That's a terrible police officer, dude. I hope he gets ridiculed hard.
whenever you have a cop that's like just openly doing this and like cooperating with somebody like this, like you need to put somebody like this in jail.
Yeah, and also Josh deserves to go to jail too.
Yeah, process server's really gonna ride with the YouTuber. I mean, how stupid does he think I am? They have fake service papers. And the girl is like, she's like, oh no, I gotta serve him these papers. Like they printed up a fake lawsuit, you know? And I'm like, oh yeah, do you think the process server would really be riding with the YouTube guy to deliver papers to a guy that he's been harassing? I'm like, do you think I'm stupid?
Patsy McMahon, thank you so much for double tapping the screen. I really appreciate it. Hey, thank you guys for liking the stream in general. The more likes we get, the better. It really does help us out on the YouTube algorithm quite a bit. So, like I said, more likes, the better. So if you haven't double tapped the screen yet, please double tap the screen. It really does help us out quite a bit. The more likes, the better, baby.
I don't know what to do.
Of course. Well, yeah, actually.
So, did you call the police again?
I just don't know what to do, man. I'm done with these guys.
We're ready and willing to arrest these individuals for Utah statutes for cyberbullying and
cyberbullying. Oh my god,
cyberbullying. Come on, man.
Because they're using electronic means for communication and coordinating their stalking habits.
Oh, it's digital stalking, not stalking.
It's It's all of the above.
Okay, got it.
But because they're continuing to use, like additional tactics.
This is so crazy, dude. And also, by the way, the CEO is very complicit in all this. The CEO needs to be fired too. They need to get rid of the CEO.
And other things like that, thinking that they're being cute and whatnot, can't continue. So somebody has to be arrested to show that they can't continue to do this.
Somebody has to be
Just
arrested.
kind of want to know what you want done on this.
As much as we humanly possibly can.
Everything.
He's going to submit, have it screened for charges with our prosecutors, right, with our city prosecutors.
He is very adamant that he wants to serve you with papers. Okay.
That's fake. That's illegal. You can't pretend to be a process server.
So
you can't. That's illegal.
Why not? In the state of Utah, to be a process server, all you have to do is be over the age of 18 years old. You got to be not affiliated with the case, and you can't be an attorney. And this girl meets all three. She is over 18 years old. I literally met her like 10 minutes before we showed up here, and she's not an attorney. So legally, in the state of Utah, this woman is a process server. And I already explained this to the police.
So anyone can be a process server. You have to be 18 years old, and you have to be not.
Dude, Ben is the man, dude. I love Ben, and honestly, the American Fork Police Department boils my blood. And so, dude, Bricks and Minifigs in the American Fork Police Department. Oh, I've never wanted to see two entities go down so hard in my life. Never. Like usually I don't like seeing companies go bankrupt or boycott. In this instance, though, super deserved.
Not affiliated with the case. So she is not affiliated with the case. She's over 18 years old. That qualifies as a process server.
Okay. Well, maybe just have someone not affiliated with you.
That's her. Yeah, she's.
Yeah,
we have no relationship. That's why
So we just met her.
she's here. Yeah, that's why she's here. We have no relationship, and that is who she is. The exact person that you're describing.
Yeah.
That's fake. It is a lie. She's impersonating a process server.
Somebody says that the papers are fake. Why are you so afraid to take them? That's a really good point. Yeah, I think that kind of gives away the game, doesn't it? Seems pretty obvious that he knows they're real.
So for this girl to be impersonating a process server in the state of Utah, she must either be under 18, which the cops took her ID and verified she's not under 18.
Do you have an ID or anything like that on you?
She has to be related to this case, which Josh says he's never seen her before, so she can't be related to this case. Josh has verified that. And so the only option left is Josh must assume that she's an attorney. But if Josh has never heard of her before, how does he know she's an attorney?
Yeah.
And spoiler, she's not an attorney. But so I don't know what Josh means when he says she's pretending to be a process server, because it seems like he's verified that she meets all the requirements to be a process server. So basically what Josh is saying is,
Mark Salmon says, Michael, only problem with you is you lie a lot. I don't care. Do I give a shit? I mean, I lie about my age on here. Mark Salmons, man. Wait, are you Brad Latkin? Mark Salmons, are you Brad Latkin? Okay, Mark Salmons, what do I lie about? And besides, of course I'm going to lie about my location. Do you think I want to let people know where I actually live? Do you think I'm stupid? I mean, I think you think I'm stupid. I don't know. Mark, I love you, bro. I love you, bro. But come on, Brad. Come on, man. Double tap your screen to like the stream. Let's go.
Is even though she meets all these requirements, and I acknowledge she meets these requirements,
I don't acknowledge
she
the
still doesn't meet
requirement.
these requirements. You're making no sense, Josh.
Impersonating an officer of the court, that carries some, it's pretty significant,
Yeah, you can't pretend to be a process server.
Oh, bro, he's so happy. He's like, oh, we got him. Shut up, Baldy. Shut up.
This guy looks so demonic, by the way. Josh does. There's something about him that just kind of feels demonic.
Sorry. Yeah, you can't. That's got to be illegal.
And that's, like I say, he's getting combining charges.
Uh-huh.
It's a Class A misdemeanor to impersonate a process server in the state of Utah.
So right now,
I want her arrested for impersonating a process server.
So right now,
I can't just go and pretend. I can't go print up fake documents and go try to process serve people. That's illegal.
so these papers that you printed up,
Fake. Yes, 1 billion, trillion, gazillion percent.
Well, didn't he call? Wait a minute. So isn't this whenever he? I'm assuming this is when he called the fucking court to figure out whether they're fake or not.
It's after this, I think. After this scene, he does.
So he's gonna take the word of some random bald.
Hey, thank you, Orwell the Resident, for sending a happy poop yum yum. We got Tiny Lion Gaming in the house. We also got Miss Annie, of course, in the house. We got TLG. Oh, that's right. We have TLG in here already. But thank you, Orwell the Resident, for sending a happy poop yum yum. Happy poop yum yum. Happy poop, happy poop, happy poop yum yum. TLG says, dude, the flannel guy needs to go to prison. Exactly, dude. Exactly. This guy's such a piece of crap, dude.
Retard? Oh my god.
This is Ammon.
Not yet? I know, that's what I'm saying.
This is the CEO.
Oh, hi.
So what's happened is we had a
Who cares if he...
franchisee.
By the way, who gives a fuck if he's the CEO? Who gives a fuck?
Mr. Schneider is just a YouTuber that got a hold of the story and then went to this guy and said, hey, if I can harass these guys and if I can do some stuff and get some money out of them, will you pay me some of that money? And that's what they're trying to do.
That's a crazy accusation.
That is a wild accusation. It's untrue, clearly. Oh, Tiny Lion Gaming and Mark are going at it in the chat, dude. Hell yeah.
That Ben is only involving himself so he can get a cut out of the money that was the Star Wars was worth. That's a crazy accusation.
That is a wild accusation, man.
That's a CEO too.
who
Lying to the police. How would he even know that?
And this is why the CEO needs to step down or get fired. I don't know.
And now Eamon has just committed obstruction by lying to the police officers.
He created a fake contract, forged a manager's signature up there, threatened to kill her.
I didn't sign no agreement.
Even the CEO is saying
somebody
this.
else's stupid agreement.
Oh my god.
I like how he can just lie to you guys. He's a straight face. Oh, he owes me $200,000.
What a fucking idiot.
I'll check with the court, see if it's a valid civil case that he's trying to push through, and we'll go about it that way, okay?
Thank you for holding. How can I help you?
Trying to speak with someone to verify if a...
And by the way, this is smart for the cop to do. It is. This is a smart thing to do. Okay, you think it's fake? Well, let me call and check if it's fake.
Yeah, it's fine to verify it. You know, if you need to verify it, verify it. That's great.
Like, yeah, I think it's very, like, reasonable.
Case is... just verify if a case is real.
Yeah, looks like a real small claims case in our court.
Okay, thank you for your help. I think that's all for today. Thank you.
And after this phone call, I guess the police officers turned off the microphone on their body cam because I guess they really didn't want literally anyone to hear this.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. That's pretty sketch, if you ask me. That's really sketch. It's extremely sketchy. Yeah, I agree with you, Asmund, dude. It's freaking sketchy. I could tell by the look on your face, dude. Sketchy AF. Crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, all the cop needed to do was say, you're served, and drop the papers. That's all he had to do. Exactly, TLG.
Is that illegal? I don't know.
Even if someone gets a hold of the unredacted stuff, not even we now can get it to hear what these police officers are saying.
This is never
But
recorded.
anyways, the police officer ends up going back to talk to Josh.
They're screening some charges, okay?
Yeah.
But we're just kind of working through. It looks like this is a real case. It just hasn't gone to court, okay?
It's a real case. Who's it against?
Against you, him versus you.
Ben Schneider?
Mm-hmm.
What an idiot.
So,
The irony of that statement. The irony of that statement.
So he acknowledges that there's a lawsuit against him and he refuses the service, which means that he acknowledged it and he knows that it's real. He is dead to rights. he has now been served. He has. Like, that's it. It's done.
Yeah. They basically served him.
He's just racked up the charges.
And he refuses to acknowledge the papers just because he knows they exist, but he refuses to acknowledge them.
We're working together.
So basically, the consensus is we were all wrong here. However, let's just arrest Ben anyways.
Letting them go cannot be an option here, guys. Like, there's got to be something for.
Why are they listening to the CEO? Letting him go cannot be an option. You can't be listening to some bumfuck CEO. He's not the law. He's a CEO of a fucking little Lego company thing.
Cyberstalking, bullying, like all of the different things. Like, there's got to be something to.
Isn't it?
I mean, this is so cut and dry. It's insane. I don't even think it's that complicated, to be honest.
Crazy that these people are just openly discussing with the police how they can basically get somebody arrested for something that they didn't even do wrong.
Yeah, that's actually, I think that's illegal. That's got to be illegal.
Can't we make something up? And they're talking, the police are talking, and obviously, like, the background of this makes it like 1,000 times worse because you have.
I am so glad whoever hacked and leaked this body footage. I mean, you're a hero to society, man. Whoever leaked and hacked this body cam footage, you're a hero to society. Hey, I am mega cuck. I am a mega cuck. By the way, I want to do a quick little like poll, okay? I want to do what's called a like poll. If you guys believe that Mega is still alive, double tap your screen. If you guys think Mega's still kicking butt, double tap your screen. Terrence B35 just sent a star for 2 jewels and a 100. A 100. Thank you so much for the 100. Oh, thank you for the sparkles, Terrence. I love you, brony.
Laugh out loud.
Cute. Terrence B35 sent a sparkles for 2 jewels. Hell yeah, dude. You're my pink brony, bro. Oh, GMP, dude. GMP
Laugh
is
out
in the
loud.
house. He said, my uncle's who is a federal agent is utterly disgusted with this police department behavior. Yeah, actually, it's crazy. I mean, this police department's out of their fucking mind, if you really think about it. Like, it is wild just how corrupt this police department is that you're looking at, dude. They are extremely corrupt. It's insane. It's beyond corruption. I don't know what even to call it.
Have a literal, like, these people stole $200,000 worth of stuff. They refused to honor a contract that was signed, and then they call the police to protect themselves from accountability. They refuse service, and now they're telling the police that the police have to find a way to arrest them so they can avoid having to go to court. I mean, like, really, like, this is some straight up fucking corrupt bullshit. There's not even any way around it at all. It's just straight up, it's collusion. It's corruption. Like, it's not even a question.
To arrest them and send a message that this is not appropriate. This is not okay.
Send a message. Jesus, no, what your guys' behavior right here, Josh and the CEO, is unacceptable.
I'm in agreement with you. Again, that's why we're kind of working through this right now.
Why are the cops acting like servants?
Yeah.
This retard is denying service from a legal, like, aren't you servants of the law?
Hello.
For me.
Mormons?
Okay.
I guess.
Find you back. Am I being arrested?
You're under arrest right now.
Really?
It's so insane, dude. It really is. It's a level of insanity that just blows my mind. It really does. Like, it's just crazy. Give me one moment. Give me one more second, you guys. I mean, this is cray-cray, man. This is cray-cray-cray.
Wow.
Bye. By the way, if you guys think that Ben is innocent, if you guys think that Reckless Ben is innocent, double tap your screen to like the stream. If you guys are tired of these corrupt cops that are in Utah, in the American Fork Police Department, dude, they're just terrible, man. GMP says the reason I saw they are defending them is because the police department is in Utah has a massive Mormon population to which Bricks and Minifigs has donated a lot to the Mormon church. That's still no excuse for them to commit illegal acts, though. It's still everything that's happening is illegal. I know, it's crazy. E.T. says, take him to the Mormon church for repentance. TLG says, we like Asmund here, get over it. And Mark Salmon says, you crazy. E.T. says he's not innocent. Hell yeah. Oh, no. Let's keep going.
See, this is the annoying thing, is that, you know, a lot of these, like, anti-cop people and, like, you know, oh, billionaires are being, you know, like, they're paying the police and, you know, like, you can't trust the police. What really makes me mad more than anything is that these videos prove them right. They do. Because there are instances.
Unfortunately, it does.
Where that happens. And it's that's what makes me so angry, is because I hate those people. I think those people are just like fucking scumbag bottom feeder retards.
Yeah, I agree with Asmund on that one.
Right? But at the same time, there are these instances where it does happen. And I hate the fact that they're right sometimes. It makes me so mad that I have to acknowledge that.
Exactly. I agree.
It's so fucking frustrating.
I love you. I love you. Oh,
there we go.
I love you.
So, he's so happy.
Okay, I love you. I love American Fork Police Department.
How shame.
This is illegal activity, dude. That's got to be illegal.
Shameless.
So now let's get to the search warrant, where the cops raid my house because they heard that I was the one that stole the Legos from Brian.
Yeah.
So I might have found out an answer of why this cop was so rough with me and threw my arm back. Before we enter the property, the cop warns all the other police officers to make sure we are not filming.
Hey, they're probably going to be quick to film. They're probably going to be quick to pull their phones out, so just be aware of that.
However, when we got raided, I instantly pressed the record button.
Jeez, that's insane.
Button on my phone because I was terrified these police officers were going to do something and try and hide it from the public. But I guess the police officer sees that I'm filming, and once he sees I'm filming, I think he was like, as punishment for filming me, I'm going to bend your arm back upwards and injure you, is my guess of what happened. Because
So they went to his house and then they got mad at him for filming them? Oh my God.
This is like, it's levels of corruption, man. It's levels of corruption. That we can't just accept this in society, dude. The American Fork Police Department needs to fire or retrain, actually fire most of those officers.
Afterwards, he says this.
The main kid had his phone recording, so I shut it off. But
the other kid had a GoPro. How many did you get? You got Ben?
we got 5 right now.
Including Ben Schneider?
Yes.
Sweet, that's good.
Next, we got some unredacted footage.
Why are they? They shouldn't even be letting Josh know about this. That's corruption. This is forms of corruption that blows my mind.
Of me using the bathroom.
Nice.
Another thing about this unredacted footage is we get to see the police's entire office building. We get to see their detective board of us. We get to see that they're actually a member of the Church of Scientology Sucks. All my old school fans will know this, but basically I made a religion called Scientology Sucks. And it legally got approved by the IRS. And Scientology Sucks worships a gold plunger as their god. I even got it
That's pretty dope. That is pretty hot.
Tattooed on my wrist right here. It's like a plunger cross on my wrist. I guess the American Fork Police Department is active members of the Church of Scientology Sucks because they literally put my god on their desk. That's exciting.
That is pretty cool. What the hell?
It's funny.
We have a felony stalking case right now. felonies. Everyone's facing felonies.
That's pretty serious shit.
It's super serious. I know that you've been told it's a fundraiser. This guy stole $200,000.
Yeah.
If that was the case, that guy would be in jail.
Yeah.
So
no,
let's use, we're going to use Kurt.
If that was the case, yeah, right, okay.
Anyways, we're going to fast forward a bunch. So this is basically a spoiler for episode 3, but basically this Bricks and Minifigs company has nonstop been making fake bomb threats, fake fire threats, fake murder threats in my name that I'm going...
Which is really fucked up, by the way. That in itself, for them to do that is highly illegal. And this Josh guy deserves to go to jail. The Brandon guy as well. It's just terrible, dude. It's just terrible, 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 terrible. All the F around, bro.
To murder them. The only problem is, obviously, these are all fake threats. I would never do something like that. Yeah. But the police think that these are real threats. So now the police from Los Angeles, from Utah, they're all working together now to catch me. Here's a phone call from just a few days ago of the Los Angeles police calling.
Okay, you guys, I do have to do a quick potty break. Hold on. So I will BRB. While I'm on a potty break, I'm just going to put a little break thing. Start the break.
All right, so for this episode, I want to talk to you guys about a little bit of a scam artist I've noticed on the cryptoverse. There's a lot of scammy, weird YouTube channels. But this one, when it comes to the cryptoverse, I should say, there's a lot of crypto channels, and I got to admit, this channel has slowly become one, and I'm ashamed of it a little bit, because I'd rather just talk about my usual stuff, the diversification, asset accumulation, asset allocation, blah, blah, blah. But instead, I just want to talk about the fact that, I guess I want to talk about the simple fact that I do not understand the fascination with this Austin Hilton guy. I looked at his subscriber count, and he has like 120,000 subscribers. Look, here's what... I usually live and let live in a lot of instances, but it's another guy who's selling courses. This is another thing. Meet Kevin is another person I have beef with because he sells courses to broke millennials for like $500 or more a pop. Like, I think it's $500 even after the coupon code that he offers every single fucking episode. The point I'm trying to make is there are so many hacks out there selling courses to millennials. They know for a fact are broke. Like, they know these millennials are broke, but they keep wanting to sell them. They keep on doing it. So my problem is it actually kind of pisses me off. So I have to keep calling out all of these fucking hacks, these fucking losers who keep selling to people who are not doing so good. You know, look, if you want, give these people the course for free. But no. They're not willing to give out the course for free because they know the course sucks. And they knew that if everybody knew about it, the people like me, for instance, would actually use the course, and then they'd find out, and then people like me would find out, yeah, this really is a waste of time course. I'd be better off reading Warren Buffett or looking at Warren Buffett's long-term portfolio. Instead, they make you... I think the thing that pisses me off about it is a lot of these gurus, these fake-ass gurus, make you think that you can't do it without them. Make you think that you need their course in order to succeed, when in all reality, they're just draining your bank accounts and making themselves richer while making you poor. I honestly don't think any of the stuff in Meet Kevin's videos in his $500 courses, stock picking courses, are even valuable for a second. Everything I've learned is just reading books, straight up. Finding articles, finding interviews on YouTube. Really simple. You don't even have to pay a lot of money to learn how to be a good investor. You just need to learn one key concept, and that's delayed gratification. If you could delay your gratification and not sell all the time or try to day trade and be like one of those day trading idiots, then you're fine. You'll be fine in the markets. Just buy and hold really quality product. And what I mean by that, quality companies, quality commodities, gold, hold gold. Just don't. If there's one thing you shouldn't hold, it's cash. basically the golden rule is do not hold a decaying asset, like an asset that decays in value over time. That's the key. Anyway, I'm veering off topic. Well, let's talk about Austin Hilton. Austin Hilton talks about cryptocurrencies all the time, talks about Shiba Inu mainly, but none of his, what pisses me off about his videos is I feel like he's running out of things to talk about in the cryptoverse, because there's not much to talk about. Even I'm kind of getting tired of talking about Shiba Inu, if I'm going to be quite honest, because there's not much to know. We know it's Ethereum based. We know I could summarize Shiba Inu. We know it does a token burn, where it's going to continue to burn the tokens through transactional fees. Great, cool. That'll make it more valuable over time because there'll be less of it over time. That's great. And then all we need to know is that there's going to be more people getting into it because it's going to go to like brokerages like Robinhood and Public and all that shit. It's already on Public. But the whole point is I saw the writing on the wall well beforehand, and I got in really, really early, and I've made a shit ton of money off of it. My problem with Austin Hilton is I think he's making a shit ton of money too on this, but at the same time, he is also making millennials even more broke by selling like these $20 courses. Now, $20 is better than $500. I will give him props, but I watch this guy's videos and I'm like, dude, I don't even think first off, this guy just gets lucky. There's no real investment principles to what he does. He basically buys and holds, stays faithful to whatever investment instrument he has, maybe to his own fault. I don't think he really shaves off his position from what I've been able to see. Like, you know what I mean? You know how, like, I was telling you guys in a previous video that whenever Shiba Inu, the coin goes up, I continue to shave off by converting some of the Shiba Inu, like $20 worth of it, into Tether as it continues to multiply and multiply up in value. So that way I can get my initial principal back without the risk of losing, without the potential risk of losing everything if it were to do an all-out crash. And if it did an all-out crash, I would be more than happy to just start putting money down into it. I think that would be the smartest thing I could do in all actuality. But yeah, I just kind of keep, shaving off $20 here, $20 there. I try not to do it too often though, because I still like to keep a big majority of my stake. I still want to have at least, my goal is to always have no less, never anything less than 40 million Shiba Inu coins. So that's kind of the way it goes. But Austin Hilton is just a scam artist. And, I don't like his videos. I think he makes I think the reason he got popular is, well, first off, I have no idea how this guy got popular. His videos are, I don't know, let's just watch a video real quick. There's something about this guy that just bugs me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the accent. I don't mind the Texas accent. I don't know. I don't think it's the accent. It's just, I think it's the fact that he sells courses to people who are probably already broke, and that's annoying. So let me take a look here. Austin Hilton. Let's see. Yeah, so like, I'll show you guys here in just a second.
Hey, how you doing? Austin here. So,
Put it on pause real quick. Yeah, and one thing I don't like is his audio quality is annoying. I don't think mine's the best or anything, but he can at least maybe use some noise cancellation. He could at least put one of these on his microphone. I don't know if he has one of those or anything, but look, there's a lot of flaws with my production as well. But if you have 100,000 subscribers, you should be able to get some equipment. I don't know, something. He has a decent camera though, so I got to give him props on that. His camera appears to be decent. I mean, I'll give him props, but he really needs to figure out the whole fucking microphone situation. But let me. Hi, Austin here. I don't know. Something about this guy just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is. He's probably a nice guy, but let's just. I've watched a lot of his videos
related to SHIB from my private group, as well as comments on videos. Hey, Austin, should I buy now? Have I missed the boat? Is this a good time to buy? Actually, I was getting a lot of those yesterday too, when we were pumping all the way up into the 8s in that 8, 4, 5 range. But you can see that we've had this pullback, and I expected that this would happen, and I talked about this in live streams yesterday.
So what he talks about, look, he goes over, I mean, like, it's pretty much the same thing every day with his videos, which is kind of why his videos get kind of boring over time. The reason his videos are frustrating is it's just him talking about how much it goes up and how much it goes down. He does give some interesting, informative things, but I do think a lot of it's some fakery bullshit, you know, just trying to get people hyped up to buy more. It's definitely like, look, I think a guy like him has experience with investing, I'm pretty sure. But everything about this guy screams, I'm a pump and dump guy, which is why he's trying to pump this thing up. He's trying to use his influence to get people to all start buying in. He knows that collective influence will get people to keep putting money down into SHIB. My only problem with all this is I get very frustrated because I see guys like this who are making money off broke-ass millennials. Like, look, I mean, I'm talking about, like, taking money out of their wallets. Like, look, whenever I'm, you know, I get ads from my podcast and I make money from my podcast ads every now and then. That's great. And then occasionally I'll make, what else will I make? Occasionally I make, like, some money from referral links when somebody signs up for a free stock on one of the brokerage accounts that I promote on there. But my whole point I'm trying to make is this guy, like, literally sells courses where he's like, give me money so I can teach you more things. And it's like, dude, your courses probably aren't valuable at all. And that's the problem, man. It's a money grab from broke millennials. And guys like this just, I honestly do make me sick. Like, they really piss me off. And let's just keep on watching this guy.
As well as in videos. I fully expected this pullback.
Bitcoin's a
this
scam,
right here, right now,
allegedly.
might be a good buying position if you're thinking about adding to your position or getting into Shiba Inu period. So we're going to talk about that in this.
All right. We're back. Whew. My bussy. What's it say? My mussy is the bussy and I don't know why. My kind of guy. There we go. Okay, here we go. My mussy is the bussy, and I'm kind of
the Utah police of them scheming of a way to get me arrested for all these mystery threats that I've been making.
Paul,
what the fuck?
We got a complaint from a guy in Provo about this guy Schneider.
Okay.
And so it seems like I talked to the guys in Sandy police too, and then trying to get a hold of Provo police. So it seems like, Schneider's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Basically, so he called me and he's just like, this guy's crazy. He's like making threats against us, my employees, our business, etc. So it seems like this guy might live in LA, or his last known address is in LA. Okay. So I guess I'm just trying to track down like what you guys are doing, if anything. I know, at least I've been told that there's technically a couple open cases. This guy's already being charged in Utah by 3 different places. Like, what are we doing?
Damn.
Any idea where he actually is?
So, let's use let's use all of our fake made up charges as a foundation to fake and make up.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. So they're just basically making up shit, and they're saying, "Look at all these charges." Sound familiar? Jesus.
More charges. Oh, yeah, of course. Why didn't I think of this?
Idea. I know we had.
Oh my God.
Asked to hold him until we had further, but I'm guessing they just let him bond out. So.
Okay.
The only problem is I'm in a place the American police have no jurisdiction over, so they're never gonna catch me here.
Yeah, no American police in sight.
Good luck finding me. You are never gonna find me, police officers.
Wow. So he's out of the entire... So this guy got ran out of the country because, oh my God, all the footage is released. Episode 3 coming soon. We steal from oldpeople.com. Holy shit. Let me link the video to you guys so you're able to give it a like. I mean, and as I said, Ben hit 1 million subs over this. Completely fucking
deserved. Yes, he deserves all the recognition, dude. Reckless Ben's the man, dude.
Justified. This dude is putting himself on the line. This is worthy of the president's attention. The president needs to get to the bottom of this. We need to have the fucking the DA involved with this. Everybody needs to be involved with this. Like, this is crazy. Corporate dropped them. So yeah, this was the new thing that happened today, right? So not only did this happen, but there was an update as well.
Has Lego made a statement? Has Lego responded to bricks and minifigs? That's what I'm curious about. Yeah, bricks and minifigs needs to go out of business, dude. Their CEO's corrupt. Their whole business model is corrupt. It's clearly a model of corruption. Double tap your screen to like the stream, man. Let's keep going. So we're going to react to the LA mayoral race. Okay, let's see. It's not crazy. California faces an uproar over the slow vote counting.
California election workers are still counting votes, and we are learning it could be days before we know who will advance to the runoff in 2 hugely important races. California, as you may know, is known for being notoriously slow at vote counting. It actually has sparked widespread criticism across the political spectrum over time. And right now, for California governor, the Trump-endorsed Republican Steve Hilton is maintaining his lead over former Democrat state attorney General Javier Becerra. Far-left billionaire Tom Steyer, who spent, well, we can tell you at least $200 million on this one race, is in 3rd place. Steve Hilton originally announced his campaign right here on the Faulkner Focus, and he joined me yesterday, and what it will take to make the Golden State golden again.
It's the election for who's going to
make California great again. Can it be great again? Used to be great back then. Maybe not so great back then, but it used to be up and gumming, you know?
lead our state and who's going to lead us in the direction that Californians want. We don't have to have the highest housing costs in the country. We don't have to have the highest gas prices in the country. We don't have to have the highest taxes in the country for the worst results. These are all choices.
Yeah, it's all been shitty results. Overtaxed, overpriced. The cost of living to live in California is insane. I mean, I personally would not want to live in California. I choose Oregon because it's just, the cost of living is not the worst here.
These are choices made by the people in charge.
And in the race for Los Angeles mayor, a city fentanyl-ridden with rampant homelessness, incumbent Democrat Mayor Karen Bass, who's been overseeing all of that, is waiting to see who she will face in the November 3rd runoff. Will it be the rising star, non-politician Spencer Pratt, or the
I hope it is. I hope it's Pratt.
radical left candidate Nithya Raman? The California Post opinion editor with this.
There's almost no way that Nithya Raman could move into second place. She is roughly 50,000 votes behind. I don't think there are 50,000 votes for her left in the pile of ballots to be counted. And that's assuming, of course, Spencer Pratt has 0 votes in that pile. So I think Spencer Pratt is comfortably in second place.
Report from the ground now. Let's get it from Matt.
He should be in second place comfortably, but honestly, people on Kalshi are saying otherwise. People on Kalshi are thinking otherwise. They're thinking that Nithya Raman might end up being in second place, which I don't know how. I'm sorry, Spencer Pratt was just far too popular for Nithya Raman to even move up as far as you think she could. He's roughly the same number of votes behind Karen Bass as Nithya Raman is behind Spencer Pratt, so yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I still think I don't think there's enough votes remaining for her. I just don't think she's going to be able to do it. I just don't. And I will be shocked. I will be shocked because I think there's a lot of people who closet voted for Spencer Pratt.
Matt Finn. Matt.
Harris, we're now 2 days after Election Day here in LA County, and officials say there are still 700,000 ballots left to be counted. Only 62% have been tallied. It is a slow trickle. Now, the latest ballot dump we got shows Mayor Karen Bass has strengthened her lead. Spencer Pratt picked up about 6,000 votes. Third place, Nithya Raman benefited with about 9,000 votes that narrowed Pratt's lead. In the governor's race, roughly 56% of the vote is counted. Republican Steve Hilton remains on top with 1.42 million votes. Democrat Javier Becerra in second with 1.3 million votes. Democrat Tom Steyer in third. Now, also in the congressional races, Governor Newsom's effort to turn 5 House seats from red to blue is running into some problems. In a district near San Diego, which was redrawn to favor Democrats, Republican Jim Desmond has won a majority of the vote over a Democratic city councilwoman.
Oh, wow. Hell yeah. Looks like dude, I'm telling you, there's not a blue wave. The Democrats are just as unpopular now as they've ever been. I know the Republicans are pretty unpopular, but dude, the Democrats are just as bad. They have no leadership. Nobody wants, and the Democrats are just being lazy. They think, oh, because everybody, I don't even think people hate Donald Trump, to be honest. I think there's more people who like Donald Trump than people are willing to admit. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think the left has lost their collectivist minds. That's what I believe. Yeah, I believe that, man.
And up north, Democrats face the possibility of losing a second redrawn district near Sacramento, where former Republican, now independent candidate Kevin Kiley is leading among a field of Democrats with a Republican in second there as well. Now, California says its vote counting system takes so long, in part because every voter gets a mail-in ballot that doesn't have to be postmarked until the final voting day and then signature verified.
In the days ahead, you will likely hear from voices, some big voices, some loud voices, that it's crazy, that maybe it's even stupid that it takes this long for votes to be counted.
It is ridiculous because it shouldn't take that long for the mail-in ballots to come in.
California. I want to emphasize it's not stupid, it's not crazy, it's actually the law in California.
It's the law. Yeah, I don't trust you, dude.
And in some of these statewide races, only about 50% of the vote has been tallied, so we could be looking at this for days, maybe even weeks. We've been here before, Harris.
Well, I'm telling you what, if it doesn't go the Democrats' way, those man's words are going to be twisted. I guarantee you'll hear Democrats saying, well, even the law can be stupid, because this jungle primary has yielded this for them, a fight that they never thought they'd see in that cobalt blue state and city of Los Angeles, particularly.
I still think that Pratt is going to come in second. And if Nithya Raman somehow comes in second, I will be shocked. And I will be questioning everything.
It's really blue. All right, Matt, thank you. Be sure to like.
That's all I got to say. Mail-in ballots are still arriving as the California.
So now as you wake up this morning, guess what? California is still counting. Days after the primaries, key races still undecided and mountains of ballots piled up, waiting to be opened with more on the way in the mail. There must be a better system, America. Someday we'll find it. Dana's out. She's back on Monday. I'm Bill Hemmer.
It's ridiculous, man. And California in itself is ridiculous.
And here we go. How you doing?
Here we go.
Great choice of color, by the way.
Hey, nice tie over there. I'm Jackie Heinrich. And yeah, it could be a few more weeks until we know the winners in California. Key races still hanging in the balance. Right now, you've got the governor's primary. Democrat Javier Becerra and Republican Steve Hilton neck and neck thereabouts in a race to make the runoff. And in the contest for LA mayor, where the second place finisher is going to face off against Karen Bass, Republican Spencer Pratt currently holding the lead over Democratic Socialist Nithya Raman. Results of both races are facing a long delay.
I don't know how that many people voted for Karen Bass. I'm actually a little bit shocked anybody did. So ET's asking, what am I going to do as LA mayor? Well, my role model is Karen Bass, so I'm just going to do nothing and rest on my laurels. So that's what I'm going to do. Simple as that. Ayo.
And Steve Hilton is offering a solution.
It just shows you that the competence level of government in California has just completely collapsed in 16 years of Democrat one-party rule. And it's just not another example of why we so desperately need change. I'm actually putting forward an offer to with some specifics that that could be implemented by Gavin Newsom now to speed up this election, to accelerate the outcome.
Matt Finn is live from California's City of Industry in eastern LA County. What's going on this morning, Matt?
Well, Jackie, we are at LA County's massive processing center. This is the location where all of the ballots are supposed to be shipped and counted. And in the latest ballot dump, LA County says it processed 81,000 votes since the first big election night numbers, but there's still 688,000 to go. Karen Bass is strengthening her lead, picking up about 12,000 votes yesterday. Spencer Pratt added about 6,000 and remains in second. Third place, Nithya Raman added nearly 11,000 votes, eating away at Pratt's lead. Now, in the governor's race, an estimated 60% of the vote is processed. Republican Steve Hilton remains number one. Democrat Javier Becerra picked up 158,000 votes and is closing in on Hilton within about 1 percentage point. Democrat Tom Steyer in third. Now, the most recent mail-in ballots that were processed are favoring Democrats, as many analysts suggested they would. Inside the ballot processing center here in LA County, any ballot that was postmarked by Election Day Tuesday must be counted by law. The process takes so long in part because each ballot must have its signature verified, and if there's an issue, there's a 10-day period to have it cured.
California's
10-day
Secretary
period?
of State is defending it all, writing, "Accuracy comes before speed. California is the nation's largest voting state with millions of ballots to process and count. Taking the time to do this work correctly protects voters' rights and ensures the integrity of our election." Now, the state of California statewide says it still has 3.6 million ballots left to be counted. So at this rate, it is very likely that we'll be standing here on Monday, reporting to you on Monday, with many more ballots to be counted. Jackie, Bill.
All right, we'll keep watching it. Matt Finn, thank you.
Bring your calculator, Mac, because you're going to need it. Shannon Bream, Fox News Sunday. How you doing, Shannon? Good morning to you. Let's just, Matt was talking about it. Here we go. Process versus ballots remaining, number one. Here we go. 5.6 million, remaining 3.6. I don't know, Shannon, the way they're counting, I mean, could be August.
Yeah, it could be, and that's why it potentially sparks real trouble for people who say, listen, you open the door to conspiracy theories and conjecture about what's actually going on. Wall Street Journal editorial board has a very interesting piece saying, listen, there could be nothing sinister here, but they call it indefensible that a state like California has not figured this out when states like Florida, election night exactly what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it shouldn't take this long. It really shouldn't. Like, this is like some... And I'm not going to lie, this is some third world behavior right here. That's what I feel about this. That's what I feel. That's how I feel about this. This is third world behavior, okay?
So maybe take some pointers, blue states, red states, they're laboratories of democracy, but, maybe there's a different way to do this. Now, Governor Newsom did sign a bill last year that shortens and says counties have to have all their ballots counted in 13 days. It used to be 30.
It needs to be quick. 13 days is unacceptable.
30 days, but there are extensions too. So I don't know that solves the problem.
Yeah, they say it's normal there, that we're looking at this very long timeline, and it seems crazy to people in other parts of the country. But here's what Steve Hilton says it feels like over there. Listen to this.
Around the world, they're laughing at California, saying these guys that think they're the head of the center of the technology revolution, AI, Silicon Valley, all of these things, they're changing the world, but they can't run an election.
Oh, yeah. Laughing. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that, man. I agree with that. Wholeheartedly. I agree with that. It's just unbelievable, man. Just purely unbelievable. If you guys can, though, double tap your screen to like the stream. It really does help the channel grow. If you can, double tap it now. Double tap it now or forever hold your peace. Let's go. Thank you guys for tapping the like button, though. Appreciate it.
Good point.
How quickly could you change the system? Really, though?
Well, the interesting thing is that there is a Supreme Court case pending right now. The court's already heard it. We're waiting at this end of the term in June. We get all of these last decisions, the big ones. This one came out of Mississippi, and it deals with a state law that says how long you can count ballots after.
Hunter Biden signals a possible 2028 run. Please, God, no.
Election day, if they're postmarked, what the grace period is there. So I can't wait. We're going to get opinions next Thursday. Maybe that's in the pile, but it's certainly something that could, be a big resounding ripple effect across the country based on what they decide in Mississippi.
Yeah, this all changed during COVID. And California changed, like they were on steroids, the way they were changing their election laws in 2001, just extending the grace period that they were giving so many people. And it's led to this. And, Shannon, it's flown under the radar because we've been focused on national elections 2 years ago and the midterms 2 years before that. But California, like determining the balance of power in the House, we've been waiting on California for 4 years now. And yet again, we've got this one. Meanwhile, in the Senate earlier today, they passed the funding for Border Patrol and ICE. The House expected to pass it midweek next week. I got to think the Trump administration is high on that and very happy with that. Meanwhile, Josh Hawley's talking about a provision in this bill that would fight child sex trafficking. Here's Hawley now in the Senate floor.
This would be the biggest surge against child traffickers ever in the history of the federal government. 200 new cops to go after child traffickers and to go rescue children who are trapped in sex trafficking. It would also coordinate federal, state, and local law enforcement so they together can go and rescue these kids. Every second counts, every second. So getting this done right now, getting it to the president, it's going to save lives.
So that is a provision. These are big bills, as you know. That was a provision that I imagine is not on the radar of a lot of people, Shannon.
Yeah, and you guys know that Tim Tebow, the former football star, he has been on Capitol Hill for years advocating over this kind of thing. It is a common cause for he and his wife. They fight on this all the time, saying it's a tough thing to talk about. People don't like to think about it. It is a stomach-turning.
But it happens. And it's not right. It's not right at all, dude.
Issue, but it's a real issue. So fighting to get this funding in here was really critical for those who care about this. As you guys know, goes to the House now, can't change a thing, or you got to start this process over. So can Speaker Johnson keep the coalition together? I mean, you've seen Republicans break off on the War Powers Resolution vote, on the funding for Ukraine vote. Can he keep them together? He's got a tough job. We'll find out next week.
All right, Shannon, what's on deck for Fox News Sunday?
Yeah, if anybody thinks that, by the way, if you guys think that defunding ICE is a good thing, you're an idiot. I think you're stupid. I think you're dumb. Defunding ICE would be the stupidest thing you could do. We need border security. We need border security straight up. We need the funding for it. I'm sorry. It needs to happen.
So we have got two senators from the Intel Committee, Mark Warner, Democrat, and James Lankford, Republican. And we're going to talk about all these big issues, including FISA. It expires next Friday if they don't work out a deal. That critical tool that some say they were could scoop up Americans. It's aimed at foreigners. But can they make a deal? And how much has the Bill Pulte nomination impacted that conversation?
All right,
We'll talk about it
you got a lot on your plate. Thank you, Shannon. We'll see you on Sunday. Thanks for coming.
Have a great weekend, guys.
You too.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Hell yeah, brother.
But Hunter Biden having the mother of all crash outs, he's spam replying under his tweets. Wait, what? What is this? Trump has
Hunter
made a public appearance in 8 days. This is after the unscheduled visit to the hospital. My brother in Christ, he's speaking in the Oval Office right now. That's clearly a...
Hunter Biden's going full crash out, dude. Mr. Biden, riding with Biden, dude.
Oh. Seriously, Pete, do you not see that this is a clone? Hunter Biden versus Eric Trump in the octagon. Hunter Biden says, I'm in. Why are you not in prison? Because I got a pardon. We know. Everybody knows this. Oh my God,
Oh
self-reported.
my dude.
There's a video of you snorting coke off a hooker's ass, Hunter. Let me ask you a question, Mike. If I'm telling you I smoked crack, why in the world would I lie about snorting it? There's plenty of pictures of me smoking crack, doing all kinds of stupid things with all sorts of people, rarely with clothes on, but not snorting cocaine. Guys, I only have one word for this, and you're not going to like it. Presidential. Hunter Biden 2028.
No, dude. Hunter Biden 2028. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna be ashamed of doing this, but if you guys think that Hunter Biden should be the president in 2028, double tap your screen to like the stream. Once again, if you guys think that Hunter Biden should be president in 2028, double tap your screen to like the stream. Oh my God. Coyote 3 says Garza looking good today. If Trump's daddy was Biden, then he wouldn't be a felon. Oh, man. E.T., that's a good comment, bro. I love it. Holy crap, man.
Let's smoke the competition. He replied, I know this may sound petty, but I can't stand when people put Photoshop meth pipe in my mouth. A crack pipe doesn't have the little bowl at the end. This is why we can't trust AI. Please make the appropriate edit. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Are you seeing the vision yet? I told you guys. Yeah, let the man cook.
Oh my God. Let the man cook, dude. That's it, folks. We're riding with Biden, dude. We're done. Okay. Putting the headphones back in my ear. Dude, I love it when silver crashes, though. Silver crashed hard today.
Cook wouldn't be the first time. And a fucking picture he has on Polymarket Democratic primary section. What is this picture? Come on, where's Hunter Biden? Damn. There he is. It's probably not going to happen in 2028, but I think it will probably happen the time after that. Then he will have built up at that point to full power. I'm going to do a poll. I know you might not want to vote for any of them, but I'm actually really curious what the responses are going to be. You see that? That 3 retards versus a crackhead? That's right. And I know this might sound crazy. I legitimately think that Hunter Biden probably will have more bipartisan support than any of the Democrat frontrunners right now. Congratulations, Hunter. What? Oh my God. Wait, Hunter Biden is sober now?
Hey, everybody. Just a quick message to say thank you to everybody who has messaged me today on 7 years clean and sober. I'm more proud of that than anything I've ever done in my life. And I just want everybody to know that is still out there sick and suffering. There's a way out.
I told y'all he getting ready to run.
I'm so proud to be a part of this community. I'm just
I want y'all to know, like, it's going to happen. You can't stop this.
grateful for all the love and support everybody has given me. So thank you again.
Presidential election. Are you ready, Patriots? Let's fucking go. I think it's going to happen. Let the country go down in flames for memes. Well, it's going to go it's going to go up in smoke, actually. But it's a little bit different, right?
I love it, dude. I freaking love it. Coyote 3 says, lol, I cleaned up my act and removed a few tattoos and I'm ready to run. Crazy though, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, that works. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, yeah. What I've done, I'll face myself to cross out what I've become, erase myself, forgiving what I've done. Trump's rural revolt? Hell yeah, dude.
How do rural voters feel about the president?
Oh, this guy, dude. This guy sucks.
Yeah, you know, Iowa has been traditionally a field of dreams for the President of the United States, but it's quickly turning into potentially a field of nightmares. There seems to be a rural revolt going on in this country against Donald Trump. Take a look here. Rural voters on Trump. Look, according to Fox News, he was easily winning them back in October of 2024 versus Kamala Harris. 18 points ahead.
I still think he's winning, dude. I still think
exit poll even had it a bigger margin. But look at where he is now. Woo! Down there, underwater, underneath the cornfields. He's now 14 points underwater. That's an over 30-point switcheroo against the President of the United States. As I said, there appears to be a rural vote going against Donald Trump.
I bet all the Democrats in rural areas were actually taking those polls, because people who have things to do don't take polls. And usually Democrats have nothing going on in their lives, so they take polls.
What could one of those reasons be?
You know, one of the big reasons that there seems to be a rural vote against Donald Trump, simply put, it's the economy, it's inflation. Take a look at this. You thought that switcheroo was big. How about this one? Rural voters on Trump and inflation. Versus Kamala Harris, he was more trusted by 37 points. Now he is 19 points underwater with rural voters on inflation. That is an over 50-point switcheroo against the President of the United States. Rural voters, like the rest of the country, turning against Trump on the key issue that got him elected to a second term back.
I feel like it just feels fake. Something about this just feels fake. You know what I mean? I just don't trust it.
In 2024.
That is a big shift.
That is a huge shift.
Okay, as you noted, the president's sort of endorsement primary magic.
Laugh out loud. Yeah, I don't trust most of these pollsters anyway. Annie, thank you so much for the happy poop. I appreciate it. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, happy poop, happy poop, yum yum. Thank you so much for the happy poops, Miss Annie. Mucho appreciato. Thank you so much.
In Iowa, and you saw this happening kind of in real time on election night.
Yeah, okay. So, you know, Donald Trump went and he has won all of these primaries. The candidates he's endorsed have won all of these primaries. Did not happen in Iowa. We'll just talk about Iowa Republicans here. The gubernatorial primary, he endorsed Randy Feenstra, a congressman from Iowa, and Feenstra actually won the absentee vote in that state by 15 points. Trump endorsed late. But the other candidate, Zach Lane, look at this. He actually won those who voted on Election Day, who knew about Trump's endorsement. In fact, they were considered more favorable to Lane than they were to Feenstra, even after knowing that Trump had in fact backed Feenstra. It seemed to me that Iowa Republicans said, you know what? We hear you, Donald Trump.
Typhoon just sent a flow state. Thank you so much for the flow state, Mr. Typhoon. Everybody give a shout out to Typhoon343. Mucho appreciado, man. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for double tapping the screen. Much appreciated, dude. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in more ways than one. But thank you for the flow. If you guys want to send a gift, feel free to tap the gift button in the lower right-hand corner. It does help the channel, whether it's a small gift, whether it's a big gift. It does show up on the screen, by the way. So that's kind of the cool part. Like, you get to hear Chris Hansen say laugh out loud, and then you get to see your name on the center of the screen. In fact, if anything, if you want to interrupt the stream, you could send a gift. You could send multiple gifts, and it will interrupt the stream for a good amount of time. So, for example, if you sent like sparkles and random little tiny gifts, you could just keep interrupting the stream because it's going to keep showing up right on the center of the screen. So feel free to interrupt the screen with gifts, man. Stream with gifts. You know, feel free. And yeah, membership is only $1. It's only 99 cents a month. So if you guys want to become channel members, you guys, that'll help too.
Trump, but you know what? We're dismissing that message. Again, part of a larger picture, in my mind, of rural voters not tuning in to what Donald Trump is selling them at this point.
So if something different is happening with rural voters, maybe in Iowa, what might that mean for Democratic chances in November? What do the prediction markets say?
Yeah, okay, the last Democrat to win a Senate race in Iowa was all the way back in 2008. It was Tom Harkin. But what do we see here in terms of the Democrats' chances in Iowa, in the governor's race and the Senate race? They have gone up like a rocket. We're now talking about Rob Sands running for governor with a greater than 50% chance. And it turns out that Josh Turek, who the Democratic establishment wanted, his chances have also been considerably rising at this point. If all of a sudden you're able to put Iowa on the board, if you're a Democrat hoping to win back control of the United States Senate, hey, that would be a massive piece of the puzzle. And the last time Iowa elected a Democratic governor was all the way back in 2006. And that looks like a more likely possibility than not, according to the Kalshi prediction markets, at least at this point.
All right, Iowa, stay tuned.
They're very nice. The most unpopular war at the start of a war that I could ever find, ever, has become even more unpopular. That's what those Republicans in the House are seeing. Just take a look here. Net approval rating.
I don't think the war is as unpopular as this guy's suggesting.
Of the Iran war. At the start, it was underwater, -9 points. Now it's down there with the Strait of Hormuz. Look at this, -23 points. This is a war that has become more unpopular, even as President Trump and his administration.
You do realize that the Democrats are still very, very unpopular, dude. I don't think he understands that, and he's too much of a dunce to understand it. So, I don't know. I don't trust the polls, because people who have things to do actually don't take polls. Only Democrats take those stupid polls. Allegedly. Oh, my dad likes futa polls. Of course he does. Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty glad the markets crashed today because I was able to buy pretty much everything I wanted to buy on the dip. I keep a lot of cash reserves in my brokerage account, which is nice. This is great, man. Buying silver on the dip is a very exciting thing to do, too. I buy silver. Right now, I'm kind of just racking up on the silver ETF that I have. That went down mightily today. That was awesome. Like I said, when silver goes down, dude, I'm there to buy it. Like, straight up. I mean, who knows how far down silver will go, but I will say this. When silver dips, I'm in, dude. Because I have a very diversified portfolio, so it's like one of those things. Since I'm really diversified, I can keep everything like A-okay. But yeah, I love swing trading silver, though. Swing trading silver is like my favorite thing to swing trade on the markets. It's always fun. Here we go. Give me 1 second. I'm looking to see what else we need to react to. Oh, interesting. Hold on.
Again, we're tracking some news that we just learned here just a short while ago. The Senate passing an immigration enforcement funding package. Again, let's put up this tweet here from the Associated Press that we've been looking at here all morning long. A $70 billion immigration enforcement bill without limits on President Trump's settlement fund. This will fund ICE and Border Patrol for the next 3 years through the end of President Trump's second term here. Let's bring you back to the moment in which this happened. This was just a short while ago. Let's take a listen here into the Senate floor. This was near the conclusion of their vote-a-rama happening inside the Senate.
The yeas are 52, the nays are 47. This bill, as amended, is passed.
Mr. President.
The Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I understand that the Senate's received a message from the House to accompany S. 1318.
The Senator's correct.
Mr. President, I ask that the Chair lay before the Senate the House message to accompany S. 1318, and I ask for the yeas and nays.
So they passed the immigration enforcement funding package. Good. So does that mean that... So yeah, that means they're actually going to get rid of a lot of illegal immigrants. That's fantastic.
Is there a sufficient second? There appears to be. Clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Alsobrooks. Okay. All right. Whoever told me can go. You can go. You can go. Yes. 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 Yes, sir. Yep.
Sullivan, aye.
I'm keeping an eye on silver, seeing how far it dips. And I'm buying.
Senate floor,
so what I'm doing is I'm buying silver slowly as it dips. 61.62, 61.58. Oh wow. Oh wow. No, I'm buying silver as much as I can. So I love commodities trading so much that I'm buying silver as it dips. Not down that far. Good. Now the question I'm asking you guys, do you guys think that silver is going to jump up? Because I do. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, so I just kind of gradually buy silver as it dips and then kind of go from there. The biddy's going up. Biddy's looking good, dude. Biddy my titty, dude. Woo. But yeah, that is kind of the risk about silver, though, is like even though because it's super volatile. Silver is one of those things that it'll go all over the place, but yeah, surprisingly, the rest of my portfolio is looking really, really good. I mean, a lot of things took a hit. Let's see, S&P. I want to see how hard, because the S&P 500 I think got hit pretty hard. Oh, it only went down like 2%. That's not bad. But yeah, I got all sorts of types of investments in my portfolio, so it's like... Oh, hold on, I gotta make a chess move. Yep, I think I got Jake right where I want him. Hell yeah.
Into the vote-a-rama, again, the news that we're tracking there, the Senate passing a $70 billion immigration enforcement bill without limits on President Trump's settlement fund. The conclusion of a vote-a-rama, a marathon voting session that took place in the Senate overnight. There was weeks of delays, fierce backlash to that $1.8 billion settlement fund that threatened to derail this bill, but this bill eventually making its way into the yay category and getting enough votes to pass. So this is the big news coming out of this morning here on Live Now from Fox. We're going to be continuing to track this story and more here. Stick with us here as we inch closer to 6 a.m. Eastern time. Again,
yeah, I'm glad that they passed the bill, dude. And there's no limits on President Trump's settlement fund, too. I like that, dude. Progress is being made. being made. Cause I'm the comeback king. Do you know what I mean? You can never count me out. Cause I'm the comeback king. Do you know? I gotta finish off this chess move. Hold on, you guys. Actually, I want to test something real quick. See how demanding I can get. So... OMG. Oh my God. Everybody's getting, yeah. I'm the man and I'm wearing my juicy man thong, my juicy man thong, my juicy man thong all day, all night. I'm wearing my juicy man thong, it's so tight. Everybody's jealous of my juicy man thong, my juicy man thong, my juicy man thong all night long. Everybody jealous of my juicy man thong. Juicy man thong, juicy man thong. Everybody's wrong. Everybody's wrong about my dong. Juicy man thong, juicy man thong.
You're watching live now from Fox.
That's crazy, dude. Well, good for them for actually doing this, dude. Good for them for actually passing the bill. Good. We need it, bro. It's happening. I will say one other thing I noticed about them passing that bill is, first off, this funds iced, which we need. As far as I know, funds ice. As far as I know, it allows Trump to reimburse people who were wronged by the Biden administration, which is good, especially if they feel like they would be. I feel like I've been wronged. Maybe I should sign up for that fund. I don't know. We'll see. Give me a few more seconds, just looking through some of the videos, seeing what we could react to next. Whoa, an OnlyFans house was arrested? What? What? Demolish expectations. Trump's economy delivers a major surprise. Let's take a listen. Trump's the GOAT, by the way.
This is the best jobs report in Trump's second administration. And we are so excited about this. And the jobs reports continue to demolish expectations.
I'm excited to see what the jobs report says, dude. Thank you, Eric Von Eric. I appreciate you, man. I really do, bro. Thank you, bro.
We just have to emphasize to stop doubting President Trump's economy. And the experts continue to do that. And every single month, President Trump proves them wrong by having higher job numbers, this time doubling, the month before tripling.
The U.S.
Hey, Trump's kicking butt, dude. Trump's kicking butt. Dolphin Tactics wondering, what are my thoughts about the RCAT technology shares? I have no clue. I don't know much about it, dude. Zero clue.
Economy delivering a major surprise, and it is a lot stronger than expected. Welcome to the Big Money Show. I'm Taylor Riggs, along with my co-host, Dagan McDowell, Brian Brenberg, Jackie DeAngelis, and with us for the entire hour, Kaltbaum Capital Management President Gary Kaltbaum. Great to have you. So employers adding 172,000 jobs in May. That is more than double the expectations, while the unemployment held steady at 4.3%. This is the first jobs report with Kevin Warsh as Fed chairman, and markets right now pricing in a hike by the end of this year. Meanwhile, take a look at oil. Oil investors, oil down on the day because investors are growing optimistic that Washington and Tehran can reach a deal. But President Trump says all options remain on the table.
As far as Iran's concerned, you're going to find out what the deal is. But the main parts of the deal is they can't have a nuclear weapon. I think
never. They should never have a nuclear weapon. Period. End of story. Iran having a nuclear weapon is out of the question. It should be completely out of the question. And Trump is right. We all know that Trump is right on this one, but nobody wants to fucking admit it. If you guys think that Trump is right, Iran should not have a nuclear weapon, double tap your screen, man. If you think that JD Vance 2028 sounds like a pretty hot proposition, double tap your screen, bro. Double tap,
very
bro.
well, but we're going to see if we're going to win one way or the other. We're going to win on paper, or we're going to win military. One way or the other. It's going to be militarily or on paper.
All right, Gary, I want to focus on the jobs report because clearly this is a market that was, I think, a little bit caught off guard by it, and definitely caught off guard by at least one house that I read that says we're officially changing our call to Fed rate hikes this year from cuts. You look at the revisions from March and April showing 93,000 more jobs than originally created. What are your thoughts?
I thought the job market was okay for a while. Last month better. I'm a big believer in jobs that the trend is your friend and the trend is turning up, simple as that. And let's hope it continues. I will be happy when I see $250 a month. That will be real good. Now, everybody's talking about the market dropping today. I got two things for you.
Laugh
Number
out
one,
loud.
80% of the market.
Oh, thank you, Joe Reed, for the flow state, brother. I appreciate that flow state, bro. Mucho appreciate. Everybody give Joe Reed a shout out for the Flow State gift. If you guys want to support the stream, by the way, feel free to send a gift. Joe Reed, bro, thank you very, very much. If you guys want to have your name show up on the screen, if you even want to interrupt the stream, by the way, just send a gift. That's all you got to do. Send a gift, interrupts the stream. And I appreciate these interruptions because, honestly, it helps fund the stream. So if you guys want to have fun, send gifts. Like I said, your name also shows up on the center of the screen, by the way. Whether it's a small gift or whether it's a big gift, people can see that you helped support the stream And we got a lot of followers, so we got a lot of people who try to. So everybody, give a shout out to Joe Reed, everybody. Actually, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna copy your name here. Also, Joe, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, man. Love you, brother. Dude, love you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. But yeah, thank you for that flow state, man. Anybody who wants to send a flow state, dude, that's one of the coolest gifts, dude. I like that one.
It at least has been technology stocks
Also,
on this move up.
By the way, I love the happy poop gifts. By the way, I'm a happy poop gifts. My dad wants to see Futa Father. What the fuck? Hold on, what? You and your Futa. You and your damn Futa. My dad, he keeps talking about this. I don't even want to. It's so weird. I don't recommend it. It's so weird. Yeah. Oh, Joe reads. Oh, wait, Joe, you are subscribed. I think I remember. Okay, never mind. Thank you for subscribing, man. I just didn't know if you were subscribed or not. My bad. My bad. Love you, though. Thank you, man.
Two, it's getting a big haircut today because of how big of a move up it is, and that's what you're seeing right now. The other,
but yeah, silver went down so hard today. It was amazing. Let's see. Okay, one moment.
part of that equation is big part of the market, and the president needs to know, is easy money versus tighter money. That's what drives markets. We've had easy money. The money supply has been skyrocketing. This will tend to slow that down. We'll get tighter. The Fed doesn't need to raise rates. We're at
He had me at tighter. I heard him say tighter, and I was like, oh.
4.5 on the 10-year. The Fed funds is at 3.5. That's a good spot. Growth does not mean inflation. I'm amazed that so many people say that. If the Fed stood where it is, just fine and dandy as far as the market, corrections happen. It's normal. Right. And if you look at the chart of the semiconductors and some of the AI, vertical is the word that comes to mind. So this type of pullback is going to be harsh and probably has got some more to go.
I'll reprise my chart for you maybe later this hour. Instead of the Mag 7, we did the Parabolic 7 just for you. It was really right. The memory chip stocks like SanDisk and Micron. They're up 300% year to date. So it's okay if they come down a little bit. But Jackie, when we talk about the trend, including monthly averages with just the private sector, the 3-month.
I think silver going down to $61.66. I feel like it's a fluke. I would look. I love buying silver on the dip because I do feel like it's a hedge for my portfolio. Not only do I love swing trading it, obviously, but I do honestly believe like it is a hedge, a complete hedge, for my portfolio overall. So I'm really excited to see where it goes as far as like, when will silver go back up? Nobody knows, dude. Nobody knows. But yeah, it's looking more and more. I think the more I look at silver, I mean, projections say that it's. Yeah, it's gonna. It definitely dipped. I mean, look at this. Is what you expect when you're a swing trader of silver. This is why you keep a lot of cash on the side, because you never know when silver's gonna dip, and how long it'll dip for. But yeah, I'm excited, man.
Average is 166,000 versus a 6-month average of 87 and a 12-month average of 56. So he's right that actually jobs are accelerating and improving on some of these shorter term averages.
Yes, and this is a case where good news is not great news for the market. This is how the market is interpreting it, because it's thinking about what's going to happen with rates. What does the Fed look at? The Fed looks at the labor market, which is strong by all accounts, and also at inflation, which we've got an issue because of oil prices. And so there makes no case right now, and I don't think you're going to see any truth social from the president to try to pressure Kevin Warsh in any way to cut rates. But I think that he will stay put. And the truth of the matter is, you want to see a strong job market. You want to see the consumer out.
Oh, yeah. Don't we all? Don't we all?
Out there. You know, somebody was challenging me on some comments that I made about the Trump economy yesterday and saying, where do you see that the consumer is strong? Where I see the consumer is strong is not necessarily from those sentiment surveys, because I don't always trust them. It depends on the sample, who they're talking to, how they felt that day. I see the consumer being strong because as long as people are employed, then they're getting a paycheck.
I think you just need to look at market data. If you want to understand, like, when I say market data, I'm talking about like spending data. You have to see like what spending habits are happening right now if you want to get kind of a gauge on what people are, if people are consuming. Truth be told, I'm just investing. I'm very diversified. I have a lot of REITs. REITs have been one of my favorite ones. I think real estate investment trusts are a great, in a lot of ways, a good safe haven asset. That's just my opinion, not financial advice or anything. But yeah, no, I love real estate investment trusts. I have a lot of high yielding REITs. Not all of them are high yielding, but they're decent yields. The reason I love REITs, though, is like I said, during economic uncertainty, man, my dividend portfolio tends to reign supreme. But I also have a lot of international stocks as well. I got like emerging market funds. I've got like all sorts of international company exposure. So even when the markets crash rapidly, I come out of it all right, essentially. So I'm not too worried about it. Like it makes me sweat a little bit sometimes, but obviously it's really just a buying opportunity for me at the end of the day. So I'm kind of more excited than anything. It's crazy though. 10%. Whoa. 31.56. Yeah, and who knows how far silver will dip, you know? I mean, it may dip even further, but I mean, sheesh. I want to see what a lot of the outlook is for the SLV ETF. Trades around 67 to 69 short-term forecast include potential volatility and near-term downward pressure due to rising treasury yields, fluctuating oil prices. However, long-term projections remain bullish, fueled by structural supply deficits, surging. Yeah, and there's huge industrial demand for silver. Long-term, let's see, short-term pullback indicator suggests mild. So I'm looking at like kind of the projections for silver right now. So short-term pullback indicators suggest mild near-term softness as technical sell signals and broader macro headwinds pressure the metal. Support and resistance on upward correlations. SLV faces resistance near 67 to 69 levels. If short-term downward trend, it could find support near $58 to $60 range. Option volatility. Options market implies continued fluctuations with potential near-term moves. Yeah, honestly, the short interest, as silver went down today, the short interest for silver went down. So that's usually, it's a really good sign. So when short interest is waning, meaning the short people aren't wanting to short it as much, because like in May, at the beginning of May, I mean, it was almost near 8% short interest, and then short interest right now, it's below. It's like 5.6% short interest for silver, so that's a good sign. No, first off, silver still has immense demand. Silver has immense utility. I mean, look, it's definitely needed. We need silver, baby. We need that silver. Now, one thing that makes me happy is seeing Bitcoin crash. Obviously, you guys know I'm a Bitcoin hater. I'm like one of the biggest Bitcoin haters of all time. I think Bitcoin is a scam. I think Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme. That's my opinion of it. So I'm very happy to see Bitcoin go down. E.T. said he made a mini documentary about... E.T., do you even have videos on your channel? Let me take a look. I've never really taken the time to... Oh, no, he doesn't. I love E.T., though, dude. E.T.'s my man. E.T., you're a crazy man. I love you, bro, but you're crazy. You out of your mind, bro. Out of your damn mind. I need to brush my teeth, though. So hold on. BRB. Brush my teeth. Okay, here we go. All right, you guys, you ready? All right, let's take a look-see here. Oh my God, Esteban, you're revealing everything. You're revealing everything. E.T. needs hard evidence. It's a speculative documentary. I love it, bro. I love it. E.T.'s the man, everybody.
They're out there spending money, even if it's just buying necessities, and corporate earnings and profits reflect the fact that the consumer is out there as well. And so these are all important fundamental building blocks for when the war in Iran is over finally and oil prices do come down. You want to see a strong economy that is ready to rip. And I've said that for quite some time. The market today selling off in tech makes sense because technology companies and rates are closely tied together. When rates are lower, there's more money out there. There's more that companies can do. And so I'm not surprised also after the run in these technology stocks, to your point, Gary, that investors are selling off a little bit today. I don't personally think this is anything to worry about.
No, it makes sense that sell-offs are happening right now, for sure. I mean, I don't like it when the sell-offs happen, obviously. I mean, sometimes it's not good. I mean, look, this is a buying opportunity for me, ultimately. Still, whenever, and this is why I'm a good volatility trader, is because, you know, I crave for the red days, you know. I crave for the red days, man. But yeah, look at Bitcoin, dude. Bitcoin is savagely going down. That means Michael Saylor's losing. And when Michael Saylor's losing, that's a good thing, everybody. That's a good thing, because Michael Saylor is a you-know-what. Grifter. Allegedly.
Dagan, sort of on the rates perspective of all of this, I think we quoted Greenspan, who in 1996 said irrational exuberance, but took 2.5 to 3 years in 1999 before the bubble popped. So the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent if you try to short this market. So on that note, if you're looking at a Fed that is at least not cutting, maybe stable, and I guess the market trying to say that there's a high, Kevin Warsh may or may not actually do that, but a 2-year up 11 basis points.
Oh, speaking of Michael Saylor, dude, Michael Saylor. There's a report on Michael Saylor, the one and only.
Staying cool, calm, and collected, and that's Michael Saylor, who is $10 billion out of Bitcoin hole. What does strategy do now? I don't know if you guys have seen this.
God, Bitcoin is such a scam, dude. Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme, allegedly.
Bitcoin is down now.
This is why I can't stand Pat Bet David, dude. This guy is such a grifter. I think he supports Bitcoin, which is really disgusting. Look, anybody who supports Bitcoin, man, is just sad. It's just sad. Especially if you're a grown man, you're not a real investor if you think that Bitcoin is valuable. You're a gambler and a degenerate.
50% of its high that it hit. I don't know what the number is right now. It could be between $59,000 to $61,000. It's at $60,000 as of right now. If you go go to 5 years, Rob, look at the peak right there. Go all the way to the peak, 125, 120 something.
Yes.
So it's down 50% from its peak.
Just last fall.
That's right, just last fall. And so Strategy Inc. is facing renewed scrutiny as the company faces an unprecedented $10 billion of unrealized loss on its Bitcoin holding. Market commentator
10 mother effing billion, dude. Holy crap.
Kyle argued on X on June 4th that the company's preferred share dividend obligations could turn Michael Saylor from Bitcoin's biggest buyer into potential forced seller. The company's Bitcoin accumulation model worked while the company funded purchases through equity issuance, convertible notes, and other financing tools that did not require near-term cash payments. The concern now is that Strategy's new...
Oh, you guys, if you can, don't forget to send a gift. Gifts do help the channel grow in more ways than one, so let's keep going, man. Just remember, man, send yo gifts. Send dem gifts, brah.
Newer preferred share products, including NASDAQ's STRC, carry yield obligation. Strategy owns roughly 4% of Bitcoin's total supply, making its balance sheet one of the biggest swing factors in crypto markets. Kyle argued that earlier Strategy financing was easier for bulls to defend because common equity has no guaranteed return. The company could sell the stock, but Bitcoin and rely on BTC's long-term appreciation to support share price. Preferred shares changes the math, he said. Tom, your thoughts on this?
So I take us back into history. You know, let's go back to Elon Musk's difficult and painful 2018. Remember when we talked about Elon Musk? Oh my gosh, the debt's coming due. He has so much debt on the gigafactories, and he's doing this to build batteries. He's doing all this, and he's spending all this thing, and he went down, he's trying to build a launch pad at the end of Texas. What's he going to do? And remember all this, Adam? You remember this? We talked about
E.T., I'm not going to react to my boy. Hold on.
About this. All of a sudden, guess who will show up? Middle East financiers show up. Or he comes up with a bond and shows up. Great entrepreneurs find a way out.
That's
right
true.
here.
That is honestly pretty true.
Here, the real question isn't, oh my gosh, is he going to sell the Bitcoin?
But here's the thing, though. Michael Saylor's not a great entrepreneur. He's a gambler. The only thing that saved his money was a gamble on Bitcoin. He happened to be right at the time. But Michael Saylor is literally betting his entire company still on phony baloney Didlo money, okay? It's just, it blows my mind that it is crazy. It is crazy. And look, Bitcoin deserves to go to zero. Granted, I made a pretty good amount of money today because Bitcoin crashed. Good for me. But it's wild to me. It's just wild.
A crash. Maybe that happens. What happens if the market crashes tomorrow and Bitcoin bounces back to 115 or 120 or beyond it? What if Bitcoin gets to
What if? Okay, so yeah, what if? But here's the thing. Bitcoin has no intrinsic value, so the likeliness of it going to zero over time is far more likely. It's just like, for example, if I go to the casino and I keep gambling every day, the house has the odds in every game, so the longer I play, the longer I screw myself, right? So because of that factor, because Bitcoin has no intrinsic value, reality is basically the casino in this instance, and it has the odds in favor. So the problem is Bitcoin can easily go to zero because of its lack of intrinsic value. So watching these old morons on PBD try to defend Michael Saylor and Bitcoin is utterly disgusting. It's nasty. It's nasty.
40 because our own Senate can't get out of its own way, and we can't get things passed, and we have this debt, and we have all the things going on, and we have the inflation spike statistics get used, and Kevin Warsh is forced to actually raise rates, which I don't think is a good idea. What happens if all this happens? You know what happens? Guess what? The market's going to crash. It's going to be tough. And what if Bitcoin bounces back as the alternative asset at that point? Where's my?
It's not a good first. What if it could? It could, because there's enough grifters out there telling people to buy it. But here's the thing: Bitcoin has no real world usage, and it is pointless, and it is stupid. So that there's that for sure. But yeah, no, I never understood the Bitcoin bros. I just don't get you guys. You guys are out of your mind. And that's the way I see it, bro. That's the way I call it. That's the way I see it. It's insanity, brother. Total insanity. But yeah, silver dipping though. My God, that's a huge advantage for me today. And who knows, silver could rip up. This is why I love swing trading silver so much, because you can gradually buy the dip on it. It's very,
Michael Saylor,
it's very convenient. I love it.
I think people's are talking here are just, they love to point at him. He was the first balance sheet company, right? Where the Bitcoin on the balance sheet is really the reason to own the stock.
Yeah.
I bet that's
him putting Bitcoin on the balance sheet was probably the stupidest thing in the world. It accidentally he basically gambled. Let's just face it. Saylor gambled and he got lucky. He got lucky. Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. Now, granted, Bitcoin, here's the thing. If Saylor wants to be smart, he'll bet against Bitcoin. That I think would be the smartest move that Saylor could do, in my opinion. Find ways to bet against Bitcoin. If he wants to hold Bitcoin, that is okay. But if he wants to make money off of holding Bitcoin, he's got to find another way. If he wants to get some sort of residual cash flow. And it's not financial advice by any means to Mr. Michael Saylor, but or anybody. But yeah, I think that would be one of the smartest moves, in my opinion.
That's how I feel, Pat. I think people are making a lot out of this. The math they're doing is correct. He does have dividends to hit. But I remember 2018, how hard it was for Elon Musk, and how he had to go back. And in 2018, but guess what? He found financing partners. He got it done. He then achieved the launches on...
Well, here's the thing. The difference between Elon Musk and Michael Saylor is Elon Musk is actually a very intelligent person. Is he a little bit of a dumbass sometimes? Sure. But Michael Saylor is basically a snake oil salesman. In more ways than one, is he a snake oil salesman. So it just blows my mind that people believe Michael Saylor's lies. Just blows my mind. But whatever.
SpaceX. He launched more Starlinks. He figured out great entrepreneurs find a way to get it done. And I think Michael Saylor will find a way to figure out the financing and to figure out what he's going to do on this. Because guess what? If a stock goes down, if you owned 100 shares of NVIDIA, let's say a month ago, and you bought them at 230. I think 2 weeks ago, it was like 230.
Okay.
And now today it's like at 220. And you own 100 shares.
I lost a little.
On paper, you're down $20. It's now 211 this morning. It's down 746.
I'm buying.
Right. But do you see my pick?
Yeah.
You're holding the shares that you bought for 230.
NVIDIA.
Yeah.
You bought them for 230 and go back 1 month. Just go 1 month. There should be a 230 in there. There it is. So you bought it at 235.
Now, I'm going to just say to world free speech, I think any time is a bad time to buy Bitcoin because I think the problem is it can go to zero at any time due to its lack of intrinsic value. This is something that I preach 24/7. You know that Bitcoin's not a real... I mean, I know that they claim it's a real asset, but it isn't. At the end of the day, you know that Bitcoin blows. Come on, man. I think most of you guys know that Bitcoin sucks. Come on, man.
And yet today it's here, but you're holding the share. Until you sell it, there's no loss and there's no gain.
Got you.
And so Michael Saylor's got to find his way out of this. True.
Yeah, how about all you old... Dude, I can't believe Pat Bet David sucks so much, dude. Pat Bet David needs to just... He's not a real investor. He doesn't understand business. If you think that Bitcoin's an asset, if you think Bitcoin has intrinsic value, you're not a true investor. You're not a true businessman. You're a gambler, a grifter, and in my opinion, snake oil salesman.
But
he owns 840,000 Bitcoins in his company.
Wow.
And he owns 17,000 to 18,000 personally. So personally...
It's stupid. Come on, man. I just... The people who... Bitcoin, in my opinion, is a great definition of a decentralized cyber cult. And you could honestly argue that Michael Saylor is the cult leader of Bitcoin. You can make an argument there. Seriously. You can make an argument that Michael Saylor is like a cult leader for Bitcoin.
Versus the company. You know, if Bitcoin goes to $1 million, his net worth's around $100 billion, give or take. So this guy's banking on it long term. And by the way, to be in the business you're in, you have to be cool. What do they say? Cool as a cucumber?
Yeah.
You have to be so cool. He's got the right.
Chill.
Imagine somebody that panics, anxiety, all that stuff. If you're going through it right now, sell all of it.
Sell it all.
You have to be able to be like him. By the way, some people, this guy's either going to be one of the...
Well, here's the thing. A good investor understands what has value and what doesn't. If you look at Bitcoin and you're honest with yourself and you're like, oh, this is just a string of data. That's all it is. It's not backed by gold, not backed by silver, not backed by anything, but open source software, by the way. That's even worse. The fact that the software is open source for Bitcoin means that Bitcoin will obviously have an infinite amount of competition until the end of time, which is bad. It means that other people can copycat Bitcoin and make their own altcoins, which is not good. This is one of the reasons why I don't understand why everybody's so hard on for Bitcoin, because they know. Real investors know that Bitcoin is a scam, allegedly. All right? Crazy, man. Crazy. Make sure you guys double tap the screen to like the stream. It really does help the channel grow in more ways than one.
Richest people in the world is going to lose it all. Okay, and we'll see what side it's going to go. Adam, thoughts?
Look, I think Michael Saylor is going to have the last laugh here. To all the people, all the haters out there who are basically saying, you know, he's the poorest guy in the world. All right, give it a couple months. Let's see who wins here. Because
well, here's the thing. Yes, I do think that Michael Saylor's screwing himself, to be honest. I do. I think Michael Saylor is screwing himself hard, allegedly. I think he's making life tougher for himself, is what I think. And he doesn't need to make his life so damn tough. It doesn't need to be harder than it needs to be, you know. But who knows, man? Who the hell knows? Now, I love buying. Here's the thing. People ask me, Michael, why don't you buy Bitcoin on the dip? Why do you buy silver on the dip? Because when silver dips, that means I'm getting it for a lower price than it was yesterday. That's fantastic. Because silver has underlying value. It has some sort of usefulness. Silver is always going to be utilized in society, right? Bitcoin has no real utilization. It's a string of data. It also has infinite competition due to the fact that it's open source. Meaning that the source code could be duplicated, and when you could duplicate the source code and make your own version of Bitcoin, you're creating infinite layers of competition for Bitcoin, meaning that not everybody's going to get into Bitcoin. That's a problem. So, yeah, Bitcoin essentially no longer becomes scarce in a weird way because there's all these altcoins. Sure, there may be only 21 million Bitcoin in Bitcoin's network, but now there's all these new altcoins for you to be distracted by. Look, I'm a silver guy. I love when silver goes down. I'm one of those guys that if silver drops, I'm like, boom, I'm right there. But yeah, anyway, I'm tired of watching these guys. These guys are idiots. They think that Bitcoin's if you think that Bitcoin is anything but a scam, it's like, dude, come on, man. Wait a minute. She's the one from... Is that the person from Tomorrow's Teachings?
I know. I am the type of...
Okay, I thought she was the gal from Tomorrow's Teachings. Oh my goodness. So Jack Keane is saying we have to return to full combat. Let's see what Jack
Iran is
Keane's saying
no
here.
tangible progress is being made in the peace talks as Hezbollah rejects the Israel-Lebanon truce. But President Trump says he's hearing something very different. Watch.
I will tell you, they called us and they said, how about stopping? And I think you're going to see things happen over there. That's been like a little bit of a different world, but it's interconnected with Iran. And it would be really nice if Lebanon could have some peace.
And the president was referring to Hezbollah called him, but they don't want peace. Let's bring in four-star general, Fox News senior strategic analyst and chairman of the Institute of Study of War, General Jack Keane. General, It looks like we're being the whole thing is stalled. Any of these peace talks. We're now in our 8th week. Where do you think of a ceasefire? It's supposed to be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What's next?
Well, first of all, let's just start with the fact that in close to 50 years, only one president has taken consequential action against Iran and their predator behavior in the region, and that's President Trump, obviously. 5 weeks of epic fury and a naval blockade has devastated this regime militarily and economically. But they're down, and they're not out. And the truth is, they suggested we go into this diplomatic mode because when they shut down the Straits of Hormuz, they said we can work out a deal and we'll open it up in 2 weeks. Well, here we are 8 weeks later, they've never opened it up. And they keep kicking out the idea that we can make a deal. And I think we have to accept the reality that's just not going to happen. They have one motive in mind here: stretch out negotiations as much as possible, get as close to the
That's pretty much it. I mean, that's exactly what's happening. He's right.
Political situation in terms of midterm elections, and there will be less likelihood that President Trump would ever pull the trigger and go back to military operations. I believe that is their unstated strategy, their public strategy. Oh, we're going to make a deal. We're interested in making one. I think we have to accept after 8 weeks, this is really not going to happen. And even if we did make a deal, we can't throw them a financial lifeline that'll help them to recover financially, because then they'll be systematically, in time, reverse everything that they signed on a dotted line saying they would do. And we know that because they've always cheated in the past and they'll cheat in the future. I think we've got to
I mean, he's got a point. He's got a real point here, so I don't know.
Come to the reality that we have to return to military operations. When we stopped, we had about 2 weeks left. And the IDF and Central Command believes they have 10 to 14 days left to be able to finish offensive operations that were assigned to them. And now we actually have more targets. And the reason is because we've been monitoring them for 8 weeks. We have lots of intelligence. And obviously they've been recovering their military capability during these 8 weeks as well. But we've been monitoring that. So what I'm suggesting is, if we go back to military operations, and I believe that's the preferred option, I think we should return to full combat operations. There's going to be suggestions we just do a limited operation or a small operation to kind of get their attention. And here's the caution. The caution is Iran's going to retaliate regardless of whether we go small or go big. Let's go big, take down as much of their capabilities we possibly can.
That's smart, man. I mean, he's not wrong. He's totally right on that, by the way. He's absolutely correct on that. I mean, he's not wrong. Totally right on this.
And get these guys as close to collapse as a military operation can possibly achieve. And then with economic pressure, we can put this regime truly on a...
Larson Christopher saying anyone that says USA is a liberal democracy is incorrect. Yes, we're a constitutional representative republic. You could argue that we're a partial democracy because you do have to get do a majority vote for people who to get in the House and the Senate, obviously. But the representatives are the ones who vote on the laws that are passed at the federal level. So that's why we're a constitutional representative republic, dude. That's what we are, man. And here's the thing. I mean, democracy is dangerous. Republics are not. And I hate when everybody says that we're a democracy. We're not a democracy. We are a constitutional representative republic. There is a difference.
Pathway to collapse. I think that is the best option in front of us.
General, from everything I've read and from what we've seen, I think it's the only option. The other thing that you've been monitoring close, and I always read the Institute of Study of War every single day. It comes out 2 or 3 times a day on all the hot spots in the world. And what Ukraine is doing is the most underreported, fantastic story in the world today. And now President Zelensky, in an open letter to Vladimir Putin, proposes a face-to-face meeting for a full ceasefire. As
they're finally coming to the table? We're really about freaking time.
Russia continues to go after civilian targets because they can't hurt the military. Your thoughts about a one-on-one meeting, and maybe you should tell our audience how effective Ukraine has been.
Yeah, well, there's been a major turnaround in the war. Russia has started their spring and summer offensive, and it has failed miserably. They are losing.
I'm actually surprised by that. I really am surprised by that. You think that it's crazy. But, hey, baby.
More territory.
But yeah, everybody, once we're done reacting to this video, we'll call it quits. I got to test out my new little side mirrors. I haven't really... So I got these, what do you call them? Blind spot mirrors on my... I haven't really tested them out fully. I mean, I've kind of like looked into them like as they're on my side view mirrors and stuff, but I haven't fully tested them out yet, but it looks really cool. And honestly, it gives you some... I don't know. It's just nice to be able to see all your blind spots. I like it.
Then they have the ability to take. And that means that Ukraine is on the offense and is retaking territory. They've actually also, despite the dominance of drone warfare, which led to positional warfare on the ground as a result of it, no operational maneuver, no tanks, no fighting vehicles, Ukraine is returned to...
So E.T. says, my caretaker is home. Baby, are you my caretaker? Yeah, she's Jesus. E.T., you're killing me, brother. You're killing me.
A tactical maneuver. They figured out how to suppress Ukraine's drones at the same time maneuver with those tanks supported by artillery and supported by drones, and obviously infantry on the ground. So the war has changed, and for the first time ever, Putin cannot replace the number of casualties he's taken. In other words, he's taken more casualties than he has people to replace them.
That's kind of wild.
Obviously, that's diminishing returns, and he's in a bind. And economically, he's hurting despite all of the bluster that they have at the St. Petersburg Economic Conference just held recently, telling the world what kind of great shape they are. It's just a bunch of hooey saying they've had 10% growth and they're solid economically. Quite the opposite is taking place here.
And that's the problem, man. Dictatorships like that in Russia, I mean, like, Russia's a pure dictatorship, and it's... Honestly, I kind of see Russia and China in the same boat a little bit. I will say that China sides a little more on the capitalistic side, whereas Russia is... Russia kind of feels like North Korea to me. If you were to compare dictatorships, I would say that Russia's dictatorship feels a lot like North Korea's. I feel like they cook the books on how well they're doing economically. Yeah, so that makes perfect sense.
So Ukraine has a momentum in the war. It's turned around completely. So this false narrative that Russia's winning the war, let's put that aside. It never was the case, and it surely is not the case now. The advantage and momentum is on the side of Ukraine. Russia is using attacks on civilian populations to deflect and diffuse the international public's awareness of what is actually happening on the ground.
Crazy.
And the principal thing they're using to hurt the population is ballistic missiles. And they're doing that because they know Ukraine has a shortage of intercepts in doing that. These, particularly the PAC-3 Patriot intercepts. They fly hundreds of drones at Ukraine. Ukraine takes down 90% of them. Ballistic missiles, 15 to 20% only. The rest are getting through. And some of that obviously is hitting the target. Some miss the target. But the reality is they need intercepts. And what Ukraine is offering, give us the licensing rights to manufacture these PAC-3 intercepts ourselves. They've already made long-range missiles, offensive missiles. They want to build defensive missiles. So we don't need Raytheon or Lockheed Martin to build them for them. They can do it themselves. Just give them the licensing rights. I suggest Ukraine turn back 25% to the United States as a result of the deal, and they keep 75%. This is a no.
That's a pretty good idea. That sort of contract would be good for them, actually. Hell yeah. Well, anyway, you guys, I'm done reacting to videos for the day. I'll catch you guys later. I appreciate the gifts, but I appreciate the gifts, the supers as well. You guys are incredible. We just had more people pouring into the show, and it's just getting bigger and bigger, man. it's a little overwhelming. I mean, it's a good thing. I'm happy about the show getting bigger and better. It makes me feel pretty damn accomplished. You guys make this show what it is, and I'm just here to entertain and educate as best as I can, and also react to videos and give my honest, raw commentary, because I know that gives you guys a little bit of entertainment value. And yeah. Anyway, you guys rock. I'll catch y'all later.